Legoland Florida has a brand new Sea Life Florida opening in May of this year. They were nice enough to bring me out so that I could get a hard hat tour of the construction. Enjoy.
So exciting because this is the biggest year for Legoland Florida.
This is going to be home to, as you can guess, a couple different species of stingrays. You can expect to see some fiddler rays in this habitat, as well as some cownose and some blue spot stingrays, like on our list here. The blue spot rays have some beautiful blue coloration on their back, hence the name. They're going to be really pretty if you can spot them, but they're a benthic species, so they're going to be hanging out low in the sand, sometimes buried. Same with the fiddler rays. So they're ones you're going to want to stop and really take a look at. They're going to be kind of hidden, whereas the cownose rays, of course, those animals are built for swimming. They're going to be very dynamic, swimming throughout the space. So they're going to be really fun to watch as well. So you're going to have some hidden and you're going to have some swimming around, enjoying the whole space. We've got some windows that cover the whole area of the habitat, so you're going to be able to see them buried in the sand down below, but you'll also get a good look at everyone swimming. We're also going to have some assorted reef fish in here, most notably the panther grouper. They're a really beautiful grouper species. They stay relatively small, but they're white and have these beautiful black dots on them. They're going to be hanging out, usually tucked away in the corals in here, kind of hiding, but again, very beautiful fish. So that's what you can expect to see in this space. Obviously throughout our exhibits, we're gonna have so many different animals, most notably, of course, the black-tip reef shark that everyone is super excited about. They're gonna be in our ocean tank that you'll see after. Our ocean tank is very large and it's gonna be home to, in the beginning, 3 black-tip reef sharks, one of which is traveling all the way from Germany. So that's very fun, coming a long way. Sea Life works really hard to get our animals in a sustainable way. So even though we're a brand new aquarium starting up from the ground, we've got a lot of other facilities throughout the world that we can work with to sustainably get some new animals, making sure we're using great practices to do so. So hence getting one from Germany. Very fun, we're excited for him. In that tank, you'll also expect to see some cownose rays like we were talking here. They're gonna be very dynamic, very swimming. They're a very fun animal to work with, food motivated, great personalities. A lot of people don't realize that fish do have personalities, so it's really fun for us to get to know them, get to learn them, and get to understand what they like, what they dislike, their favorite zones to hang out in the habitats, so we're really excited to get them here as well. And of course, we're going to have a bunch of assorted reef fish in there. There's going to be grunts, some angelfish that get really big with those bright yellow coloration on them. We'll also have some grunts, and a bunch of other schooling fish. I can list them all, but there's so many. But yeah, that's who you can expect to see in there. I can also talk about other exhibits down the hall. I don't know what you guys have talked about already, but of course we're gonna have our rock pool, touch pool, so that's gonna be very unique, very fun. It's gonna be species that you're not gonna find here in Florida. It's a cold water system. So we're gonna have some species that you are gonna find native to Lake Pacific rock pools, maybe you find in Lake California or something. We're gonna have our notable giant green surf anemone. They're very cool, very bright, very eye-catching. And it will be a touch pool, so you will be able to touch. Anemones obviously do have those tentacles on them, so we will have people to guide them and let you know exactly how to touch. You'll end up touching the base of the anemone, where it's safest for both you and the animal to be touched. In there you can also expect to see some sea stars, some abalone, which are a really beautiful type of snail, and some purple urchins as well. So it's gonna be a pretty dynamic amount of animals in there, a lot of different invertebrates, so that's very fun. And we've also got, of course, our super native animals, the Key West area. That zone is going to have all of your Key West natives. So when I go to Key West, one of the most important animals I think of is those big, beautiful, shiny tarpon. We're gonna have a couple tarpon in there, which are gonna be really fun for us to work with. They're very dynamic animal and require a lot of energy, so they're going to be very cool to see in there. You can also see some red drum in there, which again, they get quite large. They're going to be really cool to see and feed and do all that fun stuff with. We'll also have some sheep's head. Sheep's head are really unique because of their mouth shape. They have really interesting teeth, so that's very cool to see. They kind of look like our teeth. I remember they went viral a while ago for their teeth and how weird they look. So if you don't know what they look like, you should look them up. They're a very cool animal. Really cool teeth. Just meant for grazing on the bottom, eating any small invertebrates. I'm sorry. Eating any small invertebrates or any macroalgae or something on the bottom. So again, some very cool animals. They get quite large, and of course there'll be some schooling reef fish as well. So yeah, I think that sums up a majority. Do you guys have any questions or specific animals you want to talk about? What you got? Yeah, excellent question. So animal transport is a whole science in itself. So our black-tip reef shark coming all the way from Germany is going to be coming on a plane. They will have a specifically built transport system for it. And just like whether a fish is coming from next door, maybe Sea Life Orlando or something, they will come in a transport bin, if you will, something specifically designed for that animal. Obviously, a shark is going to need a differently designed transport bin than say a yellow tang, which is about yay big. So depends on the animal, but yeah, he'll be coming in a very specifically designed transport bin that's going on an airplane. Then it will travel by road, and all of those will be specifically monitored heavily. DO, we want to make sure their oxygen is high, temperature, we want to make sure they've got the right temperature, they're not getting too hot or cold. So there's a lot of things to monitor that you wouldn't necessarily think about when we travel, but I mean, it's the same as traveling in your car when you adjust your thermostat and everything, making sure you're the right temp, you've got enough oxygen, if you need to roll the windows down or whatever. It's the same thing, just different monitoring tools for water.
Here's another one of the foam fractionators, and then you have a second one that skims off the proteins up here, and then these are all the commercial sand filters, which use a recycled glass instead of actually using sand. It's more sustainable to do that.
What we're looking at here, this section off of our main ocean exhibit, is what we call a medical pool. So we'll actually have a gate here, and we'll be able to bring animals in for procedures, or if an animal needs some time off, we're able to bring them in without actually having to remove them from the water and take them down into our quarantine facility. Much better welfare for our animals. Sorry guys, I started talking before you got here. So what I was explaining was that what we're looking at, follow me this way, we can get a better view of the ocean.
Oh, look at the top. Oh, that's so fun. Oh, look at the coral.
Yeah, we can squeeze in more people. We'll walk a little farther if we need to.
Oh, there's the tunnel? Yeah.
Were you guys able to walk through yet?
No, not yet. Look, we can see people walking through right now.
So yeah, what we're looking at is the surface of our ocean habitat. So because you guys haven't gone through the tunnel yet, I'll try to point out some things to look out for while you're going through. So our 180-degree tunnel is here, you can see it. Our Ferris wheel is located on this wall here. We have a roller coaster track that actually goes along the back wall. We've got a palace. We've got a haunted house section here.
I want to go there.
It's nice and dark because the substrate is actually spooky.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah, very fun theme. Underwater, our theme park under the sea. So what you're looking at too, we're actually running the pumps for this water because like I mentioned downstairs, we're growing bacteria. We're preparing the water for the animals to go in. So animals put waste in the water. We feed them, they create waste. We need to be able to filter that out. And the main way, as I mentioned downstairs, is bacterial filtration. So we use bacteria, we're growing bacteria. So that's also why you kind of see the water's a bit cloudy. That might not be great visually for you guys, sorry. It's also news for me because it means my bacteria is growing, it's thriving. So right before we get our animals, we'll go ahead and turn on the rest of our filtration system, clear that water out. We're ready to go. Do you guys have any questions? It gives us a chance, one, to get an up-close look at
The staircase over there is where the aquarists enter in to help clean the tanks.
We're cleaning our exhibits ourselves. So we'll actually enter the water through that gate through the stairs, which is really nice for us. Normally we're having to kind of just jump in. Look at this. I mean, it's nice with the stairs. Great. As I get older, I appreciate that. And then these skimmer boxes are what the water's actually flowing back down through the life support room that we were just in to filter all that water. And then it's returning through some of the rock work has pipes actually built into it to where the water is returning back into the system. So it's constantly cycling. Yeah.
120,000 gallons, 10 feet deep.
It's 12 feet deep. So there's a couple areas, like this area here is 12 feet deep, and there's a small area over at the dive window, is what we're calling it, that's also 12 feet deep. So this section here, we're able to just have the dark substrate. Now, if I know my cow nose rays, which are animals that we're actually going to put in here, they love to pick up stuff and move it. So look at it now, because maybe in a few months, they might be picking this up and really want it in this corner, and we can't really blame them, right? They should decorate their own home, right? They like the feng shui the way they want it. But yeah, go back down to the LSS room, so you guys can get a couple more shots there.
The roller coaster, I didn't really, that's so fun.
It is fun. Our salt mixing room, what we're able to do, there's 2 reservoirs underground again. So we have a total of 5 underground reservoirs. The 2 in here are specially designed and attached to a system that's mixing the water really well. We'll actually cover super stacked salt, specialized salt that has all the good stuff in it, magnesium, zinc, all the really good things that our fish are going to benefit from. We add it to the water, we let it mix for 2 to 3 days, and then we're able to actually pump it directly into the rest of the ocean system or throughout the entire building wherever we need it.
Really cute, like
This is the first view of the ocean exhibit. Colorful cave area.
Showcase the brightly colored fish that'll be in here that'll glow in the dark, as well as the brightly colored corals. The animals in here that you'll see are the king angelfish, scrawled crowfish, and slipper lobster.
Woo! I don't know if I'm supposed to be showing this, but look at this little tiny coral thing. All right, shh.
So this
is really fun.
right here, this is from
We're the team that takes a concept from a sketch on a napkin all the way through turnover to our great operations teams for the guests to start coming and enjoying this experience. So this is our very cool theme park under the sea. Around us right now is over 200,000 gallons of water that you're viewing out of our 180-degree tunnel. So when we were developing this with our creative team, we were playing with different ideas, and obviously the one that won out and was the most exciting was, what would fish do if they came to Florida? And this being the theme park capital of the world, of course they want to come visit a theme park. And so in the center we've got an awesome coral cavern that's got all the different corals. And my favorite part of this piece is the actual roller coaster that kind of grows around. And you can see that in the water, even though the water's a little murky. That's what you're seeing right there. And then we've got some really cool carousel and a drop-off over on this corner. So there's a seaweed carousel. In the back corner, there's a clam Ferris wheel. And then no theme park visit's complete without food and beverage location. So on this side of the tank, there's a food and beverage where the fish can stop off and get some snacks. And then there's also a hotel as well. And so we work very closely with all different teams from the park to be able to deliver this. You know, what's really unique about an aquarium is we're taking care of live animals. And so we work very closely with the curatorial staff, the aquarist, and then some experts from outside the company as well to make sure that not only is it really cool for us humans, but also super safe and keeps the fish happy in the enclosure. And so we have to work through every detail of like an opening to make sure that it's not too big or too small. All the different the paints and the theming that goes in here, we have to vet every single piece of that that comes into the project so that we're making sure that doesn't cause any problems down the road for our fish. And so there's a lot of design and engineering to hold back over 200,000 gallons of water. So structural engineering is a big challenge on something like this. An area that's just gray concrete, and then by the end of the day they've got all different colorful corals and all the theming's going in, so it's really fun to watch a pretty picture like this come to life in the real world.
How tall is it?
That's a good question, and actually varies. So that's part of the
Use an angle angels of the ocean area.
Total water volume of almost 150,000 gallons. We built each element to engage with both children and adults, all with the goal of bringing them closer to our marine environment. Happy to answer any questions anyone might have about our guest journey or any of the construction fun facts. Sure.
From the start, maybe even like planning to hopefully.
Well, that's the entire floor plan. Are you going to check out Sea Life in May of 23rd? I know I am. Check out this video right here.